Welcome back to Katie's Homemade Life. Today I'm going to show you some frugal hacks I have to try and save money. So the first one is I have these bunny graham crackers. Doesn't matter, it's just anything that I have in a box that I want to save and not go stale. And my son had some yesterday. And this is just a spaghetti glass jar. I put them in the dishwasher so they get really nice and sanitary and clean, so they no longer smell like spaghetti sauce. And it works really well. And the lids I usually clean by hand, or I put them on the top shelf because I don't want them, the top rack in the dishwasher, because I don't want them to turn color. So I always wash those by hand. And then, but the glass jars I do put on in the dishwasher. So. And this is a 7.5 ounce box. So, but it works. These are just what I got. Because my son is very picky, so I'm trying new things for him to get him to eat. So, okay, and then the next one is this is what the jar looked like before. This is actually a great value one, or a great value, yeah, one. And then this one is, you can get at Walmart or Target, the Classico. And this is my iced coffee. It's just my McCafe. I just make a whole pot of coffee, and I usually have 2 cups a day, the morning and the afternoon. And then this is what was left over. I did have one this morning, and this jar looks better. That's why I used out of this jar instead of the other one. But this is just the, they're really nice. I don't know if you can see it on here, but it says, I can't even see myself. Atlas Mason. It's like a mason jar. And the only thing is, it has a hard time coming off. I didn't scrape it all the way off, but these did go in the dishwasher the other day. But these are the best jars. And I was thinking for Christmas I could make something out of these jars. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I gotta Pinterest it, you know. But alright, so this is my, I did want to tell you. So I made like 11 cups of coffee, and, I mean, how many of this? This is probably will last me like one more day. So I usually get 2 days worth out of iced coffee out of it. And I don't know why, but the iced coffee always tastes so much better the next day. I let it obviously cool down, put it in the jar, let it cool down, and then put it in the fridge. You don't want to put hot coffee in the fridge. It's not good for the fridge. So, alright, let me show you the next hack. Okay, so the next one is my Granite Cleaner I make myself. And I had an old Granite Cleaner, and I just ran out of it. And I went to rebuy it, and it was almost $8. So I'm like, okay, this is why I don't buy it. It's crazy. Alright, so that's where I was shopping. That's where it was, and I just refused to pay that. So this is off-brand Dawn, and I've used regular Dawn, used off-brand, it doesn't matter. And I have an old spray bottle. You can get them at the dollar store. I'm just repurposing an old Mrs. Meyer's one I have. And some essential oil. Can be any kind you like. This is just the one I'm using is lavender, because that's what I use on my floors when I steam mop. And that's another thing. When I steam mop my floors, instead of using harsh chemicals, because ever since I was pregnant with my son, I couldn't use bleach anymore to clean. So I had to figure out another way. So I got a cheap $40 steam mop on Walmart.com. And you don't want to put this in the steam mop water. You just put it on the outside pad. And then, of course, you have to use distilled water in it. And that's how I've cleaned my floors for the last 2.5 years. And it makes your house smell nice and clean, especially when you have 3 cats and 2 dogs. It always makes my house smell nice and clean and fresh, and you don't smell the animals. So, even when you clean, I vacuum every day. So, it's a pro tip, another one. But anyways, so the Granite Cleaner, a few drops of essential oil, like 3 or 4, 5 drops of the Dawn or off-brand Dawn, and then alcohol. So I usually do like a 1/3 cup of the alcohol, and the rest water, and then the few drops of the soap, and it gets my counters nice and clean. Sorry I didn't clean them for you today. So they look okay. But all right. So that's that one. And then the next one is Dishwasher. I don't know if you've ever looked up cleaning your dishwasher because you know how it smells. I have hard water and mine smells. I have to clean it like every week as I just have hard water. So I throw this lovely distilled, and you don't want to use distilled vinegar on your you don't want to use vinegar on your granite counters. I didn't know that for a long time. I just saw it somewhere like 8 years ago when I moved into my house, and I was like, oh, that's nice. No one told me. So anyways, guess common sense. I didn't have it. So I sprinkle the baking soda at the bottom of the dishwasher, and then I just put a cup or two of the vinegar, and I put it on a hottest cycle it has. I do like the deep one, the deep clean one, and it works every time. Gets the smell out, no problem. So that one's awesome. And then I got this for free from Grove Collaborative. If you've seen some of my videos, I've been with them for almost 2 years. This was one of my first free gifts from them. And I don't know if you can see it on here. Oh, hold on, sorry. Let me find it because I'm blind as a bat. Where is the line? Here it is. Okay. So, Wesley, thank you, honey. Thank you. You cannot play with that. Sorry. My toddler, oh my God. Wesley, please. Please, Wesley. Wesley, no. No, no, no. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. Toddler moment. Okay, so you can see on here where it says soap towards the bottom. It says soap. And then you put the water up there. So you use so much less soap doing this. And it's like a foam hand sanitizer. No, foam soap container. And it makes my soap last so much longer. And I have that in my kitchen. And I want to get one for my bathroom, but I just used this was free to me because it's $15 on there and I would never pay that, but it is worth it now that I have it and I use it. It is worth it. But I just use a Method hand foam soap, and I just refill that with regular hand soap for that instead of buying another one of these. And it works just as good. So I'll show you that later. All right, and then the next thing is I have these scrubbies, and they look they don't look perfect, but you know what? I cut them, and these ones I got for free on Grove, but these are my dollar store ones, and these are the dollar store ones. Don't recommend getting this one or this size, because I feel like they're not that sturdy, that good. So this is what it looked like, and then I cut it in half. I don't have any of the other ones right now to show you, but these are usually like the size of the ones I normally get at the dollar store. They usually have a 3-pack, and I cut them in half, and then I get double the scrubby, because you don't need that big of a scrubby, and I think that's a really great hack. So let me show you the next hack. Okay, here is the hand foaming soap that I have that I'm reusing in my bathroom, upstairs and downstairs. In both of our bathrooms, I have the exact same thing in them. I fill the soap up to like here, and then I fill the rest with water, shake it, and it works perfect. So you don't have to spend $15 on a fancy pump unless you got one for free like me. Unless you want to spend it. I mean, I've had it for 2 years. Don't look too closely, you might have a little grime on it, but otherwise you can just buy one of these. I got it for like $3.50. This is because it's Method. That's what I paid for it. You probably can get one for cheaper, and just reusing it that way. So let me show you the next hack. Okay, so the next hack is, I know these don't look the best, but this is what I keep next to my sink. And instead of using paper towels, now of course I use paper towels, but I just use paper towels for like when the cat pukes, you know, something extreme. You know, my dogs are good. They don't really have messes very rarely. So, this is the bag I keep in my kitchen, And I think my mom got it from the dollar store. I'm not sure. But it's just a bag you can find anywhere. I used to use my old beach bag. I keep it hanging up on my pantry door, and I have it there. So when we're done with the towels, I just throw them in there. Or if your kitchen is close to your laundry room, you don't even have to have a bag. So after we're done drying dishes or we're done washing our hands in the kitchen, we just grab these rags. And these, like this is from the dollar store. This is clean. These are all clean, by the way. They just are old. And then this one is for really like, it's bigger. It's for like drying dishes. And then these I get from Walmart. They've seen better days, but they sell these for like $3.99 or $4.29 because everything's gone up. And it's like a 20 pack of like cloths. You can get them. That's the cheapest I found. 20 pack. And then we just use these to dry dishes and stuff. And it's a great idea. This basket I already had. I found it at the Goodwill a long time ago. And even this lovely, it's kind of faded and yucky, but I like this. What is it called? I can't even think of what it's called. Whatever it's called. I keep this on here because it's nice because it keeps it off the counter because I would be afraid it would ruin the basket. And it's kind of falling apart and stuff, but I really think it's a cute basket. And I just used what I had. Spent $3.99 and then plus with my other dish rags. And then I have paper towels, and especially with shortages and everything going on, it saves me a lot of money. So, all right, let me show you the next hack. Okay, so this is more hacks, and this is on basically like food stuff. So for my avocado oil, I'm the only one that uses this, so it has kind of came off, and I kind of wrote it back on there. But I just take a spray bottle I got from Target in the travel size area. That's where I got it, but you could get them at Walmart. It's just that's where I was when I wanted to get it a while back. And then you just save on the avocado oil or whatever oil you use. This one I get at Sam's Club, and it's $7.50 or $8 for this huge bottle. And the ounces is 34 ounces, and it's non-GMO. So it's not organic, but still, the same amount of avocado oil, I pay the same amount of money, and I get half that amount. So it's a really good deal to buy it at Sam's Club. But anyways, so this is what I use, the spray, whatever you want to call it. And I think it works great. Yep. So awesome find. And then these are all things that I freeze. People, I don't think they realize that they can freeze cheese and stuff. So for instance, at Sam's Club, they were out of the shredded cheese that I normally buy in the containers. This was like a huge bag of it, and I just split it up, and then I wrote the date that I bagged it, and I wrote what it was. I just phrased it so it'd be easier. And I always get freezer bags. These are like Great Value ones. You can get them anywhere. I usually buy the Aldi or the Great Value ones, like their brand freezer bags, and they work just as good. I just bought a whole bunch on bulk a couple months ago on Walmart.com, and I have them. So I've already tried this, and it works just as good. Tastes normal, nothing weird. You know, it's only been in there for like a month, but still. So you can freeze cheese. I wouldn't keep it in there for longer than a couple months, though. And because it's got preservatives and shred stuff, but you know. And then I freeze tortillas. So these are just the tortillas I had. I wasn't a big fan of these. They had an weird taste to them, honestly. But I didn't want to waste them. And they're in their original bag, and I just throw them in there. And I also do the same thing for my regular white flour tortillas, and they taste fine. And the other thing is I got greens when I had a Misfits box, and I had some left, and I just put this in my eggs every morning, and perfect. Boom, I didn't waste that spinach I had. So, and the same thing with peppers. I had some peppers that were looking a little rough. I just chopped them up. There's some onion in there too, and I just put them in there, and they taste fine. So, and the same thing with the hot dog buns. Don't tell my husband. He swears they taste different if they're in the freezer, but if I don't tell him, he doesn't say anything, so I just hide them. So if you're watching, Jess, just ignore this. Okay, and then the last thing is the pinto beans. So I made a big batch of pinto beans all day in the slow cooker, my crock pot. You could do it in the Instapot too, but I think they come out better in the crock pot. And I just do on high 8 to 10 hours. I just did it overnight in the crock pot, and I did 4 cups of dry beans, then filled water all the way to the top. Don't add salt into the very end, the last half hour they're in there, and they come out perfect. And I made these last month, and they came out great. So that's for freezing things. The only thing that I've noticed that don't freeze well is carrots. I read that I think you should blanch them, but I freeze onions all the time with the mixed peppers. And then a quick dinner, I always usually have like kibasi on hand, and I always have rice because I buy it in the big 25-pound bags. And I just get the rice, I get the kibasi or whatever you have, and then I already have the peppers and onions chopped, and it's a quick thing. So quick dinner. And then the next thing is flour. Make sure you keep your flour in the freezer. That's my thing, because I got weevils from it. So no one told me. I guess I just didn't. I really didn't start buying flour until 2020 hit. I realized I need to learn how to make my own bread and make more things from scratch. And I make biscuits and stuff too now. I normally keep these in a freezer bag, but I did invest in this. It was $15 on sale, and it is expensive. But I have a lot of flour in my freezer because I make bread and stuff. And I don't know if it's going to open or not. Yeah, it's not going to open. There it goes. Okay. So this is what the flour looks like, and this is a really nice, I actually saw this on the King Arthur website, and I wonder if Martha just took her name on it. I know that sounds funny, but I don't know what brand is that. It says Progressive. That's not, I don't think the real Progressive, but oh well. Anyways, I really like these containers. I have 2. I have one for my bread flour, and then I have one for my all-purpose flour. And on top of it, I have these in bag. I have like a big Target bag. Not a big Target bag, just a normal Target bag. And then I put all the flour in this. So here's the self-rising. This is my white whole wheat flour. And I have a bunch more in there. And then I just put the date when I put them in there. So I know when to use them. So. Okay, Wesley, I'm coming. Okay. So, if you like these hacks and you want to know more of my hacks or tips and tricks, let me know down below and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm also on Instagram, Katie's Homemade Life, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.